Let's go.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and welcome back to the Iftar Drive with myself, Shakeel Garda. We are here in Johannesburg at Salam Media Studios, and we have with us Altaaf Adam, who is going to speak to us about the Palestine Solidarity Alliance's Youth League's Iftar that's happening on the 7th of March 2026 in Johannesburg, Nemerensha specifically. We're quite excited because the lineup is good. But of course, it's the month of Ramadan, and the time for breaking iftar is a sacred hour, a sacred time where du'as are accepted. And the Palestine Solidarity Alliance Youth League has decided to combine that time with a gathering of awareness raising and community engagement, uh, whereby I suppose people can pray for the Palestinian cause and people while spending time together in a real way and not in a digital way, as we so often do. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, Altaf, and welcome back to Salam Media.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah. Thank you very
Thanks for being with us in studio. And I know you're rushing to your own iftar a week ahead of the one that's going to be taking place. But tell us a bit about this program that's going to be happening. Why a massive iftar? Why should I not have iftar at home with my family? And why should I choose to have it with the PSA, on that Saturday, the 7th of March?
So I think firstly to understand why we host the massive start is important, and that is to bring people together, to unite people, and to create awareness. So that's the first thing, something that you're not going to necessarily get at home, is to meet and engage with the community and interact and build a much bigger movement. From an Islamic perspective, Nabi Sallallahu says that, when one part of the body, the Ummah is like one part, like one body, and when one part of the body feels pain, the rest of it should feel it as well. And so fostering that unity in the community is vital and what underpins the massive iftar. And then secondary to that is obviously raising awareness of the Palestinian cause.
So yeah, I think that's quite important because charity does begin at home, and there's a deep need for us to get off our phones, off our devices, and get back to in-person engagement. Now, obviously, these iftars weren't really very common when we were growing up. If Ramadan was quite a quiet thing that you did with your family at home and maybe with your neighbors at max, but not so much. I don't really remember going to public places like fields and so on to have gatherings like this, but it's growing across the country, synonymous with what happens across the globe as well. And yes, I have been there before, and I think it does bring people together. I think what else brings people together is the Palestinian cause, and so the fact that you guys have merged these two is quite remarkable. But on that particular Saturday of the 7th of March 2026, what can be expected from start to finish on the event?
So I think a number of organizations have come together. The MSA Verts, Social Intifada, C150, Educators for Humanity, to make this event happen and possible. The program officially starts at 5 o'clock. We've got a kickover lineup in terms of speakers. Mansour Schumann, who is a Palestinian Canadian journalist and became quite popular in 2023 for his reporting on the ground. We then have Ibrahim Rasool, one of our own diplomats. Recently he was denied by the USA as an ambassador. And then finally, Dr. Naledi Pandor, who under her leadership, South Africa took the case to the ICJ. So I think in terms of speakers, we've got an excellent lineup. Our time is limited though, but we do want to hear from them. We do want to engage with them, firstly as an organization, but more broadly within the community, and building a solidarity movement that's not reactionary, that's always going to be proactive in the community firstly and in the global struggle.
So do I understand that all the speaking happens prior to the Adhan of Maghrib, and after that nothing formal happens again, or is that incorrect?
No, that's perfect.
Okay.
Exactly correct. So all the speaking happens before iftar. We do have a little zikr before that as well, and then we break, we read salah, and then people can enjoy their meals. That's a time to interact, engage with members of the PSA and PSAYL, but also I just enjoy time with family and friends.
Okay, so it sounds like a combination of, activism and understanding, and maybe, like I said earlier, turning to Allah in a time where du'as are accepted, and calibrating our du'as to something much bigger than ourselves. And it looks very good. The poster is always something that's nice to look at, and I think that it does invite people. Can you just give us a quick rundown on the T's and C's that apply to this particular event? And before we let you go, up to your own iftar that you're most likely looking forward to for this evening.
So I think before I get sent off, there is also a ladies program prior to the iftar, also at Amarancha Primary School, that's happening at 4 o'clock. But it's a ladies only event. Ladies are more than welcome to attend that day. We do ask for all of our guests to arrive timelessly, park appropriately, respectively as well. If you are running late, rather delay yourself than delay the next person. Emergencies do happen, and we're trying everything in our capability to not have any issues arise from the event. It is going to be I expect quite a big crowd for the event, and we ask people to arrive early so that we can make necessary accommodation for the event. We generally have seating whereby we've got men and women seated separately, but then we do also make arrangements for families to sit that. We please ask people to adhere to the marshals, what we've been asking of them, and make this an easy event and a successful one, inshallah.
And I suppose bring something like for people to share with, but more importantly, remember why we're there. And we're all watching what's happening globally with sort of anxiety, uncertainty, but I hope that being together will be a means of bringing tranquility and understanding amongst one another. And we look forward to being at them, and inshallah we'll also pray for good weather, which today Jehovah just showed us flames and rain rather, rains of mercy, but at the same time, when there's a public event, it can be a deterrent. So we hope that those things won't be an issue at the time, and we can rain after Tarawih, it's fine, it doesn't matter. But Altaaf, you and the PSA and the PSA Youth League and all your colleagues, we wish you guys the best for this event, and we hope that this will be a means of inviting people towards that program on the Saturday, 7th of March, where we most certainly will be there, inshallah. Shukran. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
When the perfect